You post something online, then you wait. 30 seconds pass, and your thumb hovers over the screen. You tell yourself the number doesn't matter. You check again anyway. The real answer for why is far stranger than vanity. It has nothing to do with ego. It has everything to do with staying alive. Your brain was not built for the internet. It was built for small groups of people who could keep you fed, warned, and protected. For most of human history, being noticed by the group was not a nice feeling. It was the difference between eating tonight and not eating at all. Being ignored was not a small embarrassment. It was a warning sign your ancestors could not afford to miss. So why does a heart-shaped icon on a screen still feel like it matters this much? To understand that, you have to go back further than smartphones, further than cities, further than agriculture itself. The anthropologist Robin Dunbar spent decades studying this exact problem. He proposed something now called the social brain hypothesis. The idea is simple, but it changes everything. Human brains did not grow large primarily to solve math problems or build tools. They grew large to manage relationships, tracking who owed you a favor, remembering who betrayed you last winter, predicting who might turn on you next. Dunbar's research suggested humans can only maintain meaningful relationships with around 150 people at once. That number is not random. It reflects the literal limits of a brain shaped by small tribal life, not sprawling digital networks. Inside those tribes, status was not a luxury. It was a resource, the same as food or water. A person with strong social standing got better access to food, allies, and mates. A person who fell out of favor risked exile. And exile, alone on the savannah, was almost always a death sentence. This is the part most people get wrong. They assume caring what others think is a modern...
Something therapists tell you to overcome. But your ancestors, who didn't care what the group thought of them, were less likely to survive long enough to have children. The ones who did care, who adjusted their behavior based on subtle social signals, who felt a jolt of anxiety when the group seemed distant, those were the ones who passed their genes forward.
You are, quite literally, descended from people who were wired to crave approval. That craving did not disappear just because the tribe became a feed. It only changed shape. Here is where the story gets stranger. In 2003, the psychologists Naomi Eisenberger and Matthew Lieberman ran a now famous study using a simple computer game called Cyberball. Participants believed they were playing a ball-tossing game with two other people online. In reality, those other players were controlled by the researchers, and at a certain point, they simply stopped passing the ball. The participant was left out. Nothing physical happened, no one said a cruel word, and yet, brain scans showed something remarkable. The same regions that activate during physical pain, specifically the anterior cingulate cortex, lit up during social exclusion. Being left out did not just feel bad in some abstract emotional sense. Your brain processed it the same way it processes a burn or a cut. Rejection is not a metaphorical wound. To your nervous system, it is a real one. Why would evolution build something so seemingly cruel? Because pain is information. Physical pain tells you to pull your hand off a hot stove before real damage occurs. Social pain tells you to repair a relationship before the tribe pushes you out entirely. Both systems exist for the same reason. They keep you alive long enough to keep trying. This is the twist most people never connect to their own daily lives. The discomfort you feel after a post gets ignored isn't random anxiety. It's an ancient alarm system doing exactly what it was built to do, just in a context it was never designed for. Now bring that ancient alarm system into a modern feed, and something unsettling happens. In 2016, researchers Lauren Sherman and Mirella Daprito at UCLA studied teenagers using a simulated social media platform while their brains were scanned. Every time a participant's own photo received a large number of likes, their nucleus accumbens lit up. That's the brain's reward center, the same region activated by food, by music, by substances people get addicted to. The teenagers weren't just enjoying the likes. Their brains were treating approval as a literal reward signal, almost indistinguishable from the chemistry of pleasure itself. It gets stranger still. The teens didn't just like photos that were objectively good. They liked photos that already had a lot of likes, regardless of the actual content. The number itself became the signal of value. Your brain doesn't ask, is this genuinely good? It asks, does the group already approve of this? That question is pure tribal logic, running silently underneath a glowing screen. So the notification you check obsessively is not really about the photo or the joke or the opinion you posted. It's a modern stand-in for an ancient question your ancestors asked constantly. Am I still one of them? Have I been cast out? Or do I still belong? There's one more layer to this, and it explains why checking your phone can feel less like a choice and more like a compulsion. The psychologist B.F. Skinner discovered decades ago that rewards delivered on an unpredictable schedule create far stronger habits than rewards delivered every single time. He called it variable reinforcement. A slot machine doesn't pay out every pull. That's exactly why people can't stop pulling the lever. Social media runs on the same mechanism, whether or not it was designed that way intentionally. Sometimes you post and nothing happens. Sometimes you post and the numbers climb fast. You never know which outcome you'll get, so your brain keeps checking, the same way a gambler keeps pulling, the same way your ancestors might have kept glancing toward the fire to see if the group still welcomed them near its warmth. None of this means something is broken in you. It means something ancient is still running exactly as designed, just inside a world it was never built to navigate. Think about the last time someone left you on red. Think about the small drop in your stomach when a message goes unanswered for too long. That isn't weakness. That is 200,000 years of social wiring, asking the same question it has always asked. Does the tribe still want me? The tools have changed completely. Stone tools became smartphones. Tribal fires became group chats. Whispered gossip became comment sections. But the underlying machinery, the part of you that flinches at silence and lights up at acknowledgement, has barely changed at all. Knowing this doesn't switch the feeling off. You will still feel that pull the next time you post something and watch the numbers, but there is a kind of relief in understanding you are not weak for checking. You are running code written by survival itself. Code that once meant the difference between belonging to a tribe and freezing alone in the dark. So tonight, when you post something and your thumb hovers over the screen again, remember what's actually happening underneath. It is not vanity. It is not weakness. It is the oldest part of you still scanning the horizon for the people who keep you safe, still asking the only question that ever mattered to a creature built for connection. Not how many likes did I get, but am I still one of them?